Friction is what keeps you from moving forward. I'm going to define what that is, tell you how it almost killed this channel, and show you how to get rid of it. Let me know if you've ever felt this way. You have something you love, something you are passionate about. You want to do it, and yet it doesn't happen. It sits in your garage gathering dust. It floats around your mind a few times a day. It sits right behind your desk chair, looming over you like an Edgar Allan poetic raven. You know you want to do it, yet somehow it never happens. Who is this invisible thief? It's burgling my dreams. If only I could name it, I could defeat it. But I don't know what it is. Like, I have obtained all this stuff, and I'm filled to overflowing with desire. What is stopping me? What is this invisible imp that plagues me so? In a word, friction. We remove the easiest obstacle. You want to write a book? You buy a laptop. You want to launch a business? Maybe you start an LLC. You want to shoot a video? You buy a camera. But still no movement. Maybe you buy some more things. Still nothing happens. None of us, least of all yours truly, are immune to this dastardly villain. Exhibit me. Here's my publishing history from July 2023 through October 2024. At least once a month, accelerating to weekly. But then, in the last year and a half, I published just 8 videos. And at the end, nearly 6 months passed before I finally started back again last month. Friction isn't always just one thing for me. It was 2. The biggest was myself. I was sabotaging my own efforts, but there was one other one that helped widen the gap between my last 2 videos to 6 weeks. I love creating videos. I love the entire process, writing and lighting, sound, shooting the video, editing it, publishing it. And I'm overwhelmed with joy at the fact that I get to do something for other people that is hopefully useful for them. But there was always something that kept me from getting it done. Maybe I was too tired, or I had to get it set up, or I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get the script done. I'm just not ready, and I'll do it soon. Eventually, someone would ask, hey man, when's that next video coming? And the question would get harder to answer every time someone asked, especially as time kept moving on. I was sick. You know what? I just needed a mental break. I had house guests over, and I had to use the video studio. The dog ate my Apple Pencil. That actually is a true story, but it wasn't what stopped the videos from coming. It's worse when people stop asking. The anxiety of trying to think up a plausible excuse for why nothing is happening is nothing compared to realizing that people no longer think of you as the person that you want to be. When you stop moving, or if you haven't started yet, then you're not just facing up against the inertia of lost momentum, or momentum that you haven't had. Now, just to get moving, you have to get past all the things that keep you stationary. In physics, static friction is the force that keeps 2 objects that are in contact with each other, like your feet in the ground, from sliding past each other. In life, it's all the stuff that makes you who you are right now instead of the person you've set out to become. You can't see them because they're just part of your everyday life. They're a lot like the clothes you're wearing. Once you put them on, you stop thinking about them and they become part of you. It's metaphorically harder to change your clothes, but you can remove at least a few of the dozens of obstacles that are keeping you from moving forward and make it easier to push through. Don't think of this as a problem with discipline or motivation, because that's not really it. Most of what kept me from actually getting going, especially after exercising those inner demons, was an environment problem. And here's what that meant for me. I went into detail about what this is a while ago, and I'll do a new video at some point. I also started a new thing where I have a monopod that I use on the desktop. When I want to change angles, I pop the camera off of one, pop it on the other, and then I have to move the light and audio, but it's a whole lot simpler now. The problem was that at one point I had to take it all down to change around the room, but I never put it back up. Why not? What kept me? I wasn't thinking the next thing I need to do is set up my rolling studio. I was thinking I should shoot that video. I'd get right up to the tipping point of maybe starting, and then I'd put it off, till I had more time. I didn't make a note, not even a mental note, that I needed to get the studio set back up. I only thought of it when I wanted to shoot, but couldn't, because it wasn't there. And then I'd wait until the cycle repeated the next time I decided I'd want to shoot. But the only shooting I was doing was my own foot. Now I have two easy, movable camera positions figured out. I have this rolling stand, and I have a monopod for the desk. I can be up and quickly shooting. It's not perfect. Like, over the years, I've acquired multiple pieces of gear, but I can't afford everything that I would need to make this effortless. Not only that, I don't make a whole lot of money as a YouTuber. In fact, let me do the math on. Yeah, I don't make anything. So, my own next challenge is taking the working setup that I have and making it into checklists so I don't have to think about all of it every time I shoot. For this shoot, I had to remember so many things, and it's not written down, bad Mickey. I have to remember to start the audio and then start the video and the camera and then the other camera and then the backup audio and then did I do this? Like, I have too much in my head. I need to take it out of my head, because when I am shooting a video, the only thing I want in my head is what I'm going to say. I've shot and published dozens of videos by this point, but after 6 months, shoot a video was still my next action. I just couldn't. You know what you want to do, but what you need to do is put on your sleuthing hat and figure out what is that one thing that's keeping you from getting past the tipping point. And don't get stuck on finding the exact right one thing, because then that just becomes the new friction point. Try things, and maybe just the act of attempting to find the thing that's in your way will grease the wheels and get you going. Instead of shoot a video, I set aside time where all I did was set up my camera. And you know what? Even that was its own invisible thief, because you can always just use your phone and the sun as a light source. That's what I did when I started this. Well, now though, I have the camera and the lights and the audio set up, so I'm using my gear. But don't ever let gear be the limiter. You are the dream, not some piece of equipment. You just got to kick out the stuff that's keeping you stationary. I don't always know what I'm doing, but when making my commitments causes me stress, or worse, I fail to meet the commitments I make to myself, I know something is wrong. Either I've overcommitted, or I've placed or preserved too many barriers between me and my goals. Too much friction. I have things working now. I have a pretty good script writing process, and I'll break that down in a future video. The next process I'm going to work on for myself is getting those checklists done so that I know the pieces that I need, the things that have to go on, and I have the angles dialed in and written down. I also have a gear wish list. Top of that list are things that reduce friction. The effort it takes me to change a camera angle, to move the lights and the audio, that is a much higher priority than a new full-frame DSLR and a lens, much as I would love them. Find what is keeping you from moving and get rid of it. If your friction is internal, not external, then you might need to look inside yourself and get brutally honest with yourself. And this video might help you. If you've come this far, and you just wished you had something you were passionate about so that you could worry that you couldn't do it, try that one. Stick with it, though. You'll get there. If you try. I'll see you soon.